right now, our galaxy is moving. Not slowly, not drifting. The Milky Way is racing through space at over 600 kilometers every second. That's fast enough to travel from Earth to the Moon in under 7 minutes. But here's the strange part. We're not just floating freely, we're being dragged. Pulled by something enormous. Something we can't even see. Astronomers call it the Great Attractor, a hidden force powerful enough to bend the paths of entire galaxies. Think about that. The same way Earth's gravity bends the path of the Moon, or the Sun holds the planets in orbit, this mystery is shaping the motion of entire galaxy clusters. And whether we like it or not, we're caught in its pull too. Imagine that. Everything we've ever known, every star, every world, every breath we take, is moving toward a destination we can't even picture. The night sky feels still, eternal. But in reality, every point of light above us is in motion, and we are passengers on that journey. What is this cosmic giant, and why is it dragging us into the dark? When astronomers first measured the expansion of the universe, they expected galaxies to spread apart evenly, like dots painted on the surface of an inflating balloon, each one moving away from the others, carried by the stretching of space itself. But that's not what they saw. The Milky Way, along with our neighboring galaxies in the local group, was moving off course, and not by a little, by hundreds of kilometers every second. At first, scientists thought maybe the pull came from nearby galaxies. After all, gravity is everywhere, and every galaxy tugs on every other. But the math didn't work. The numbers didn't fit. Our speed was far too great. Something much larger, much heavier, was pulling on us from beyond. So astronomers did what we always do when faced with a bigger question. They zoomed out. Beyond our local group lies the Virgo cluster. Thousands of galaxies held together in a gravitational embrace. That's hundreds of trillions of stars. And beyond Virgo is something even grander. The Laniakea supercluster, spanning over 500 million light-years, containing more than 100,000 galaxies. Try to imagine that. If our galaxy were a single grain of sand, Laniakea would be a desert stretching past the horizon. And at the center of this cosmic desert, something was warping the flow of galaxies, a hidden source of gravity, the Great Attractor. It's as if every road in our corner of the universe leads to the same point. And whether we notice or not, we're on the journey too. Astronomers have tried to study it, but the Great Attractor sits in what's called the Zone of Avoidance. It's a part of the sky blocked by the thick disk of our own galaxy. Dust, gas, and millions of stars form a glowing curtain across our view. Trying to peer through it is like staring at headlights through a sandstorm. And yet, beyond that curtain, something immense is waiting. So what could it be? The simplest idea is also the most likely. A huge concentration of galaxies, their gravity working together to pull everything in their direction. Clusters upon clusters, hundreds of trillions of suns, all bound in a massive structure we just can't see clearly yet. Others think the Great Attractor might not be one thing at all. It could be part of something even bigger, a gravitational current that eventually leads us to the Shapley supercluster, far larger and heavier than anything nearby. In this view, the Great Attractor isn't a destination. It's a milestone on a much longer journey. And then, there's the unsettling possibility. What if the Great Attractor isn't made of the stars and galaxies we can see, but of dark matter we can't? Dark matter doesn't shine, reflect, or emit light, but it outweighs normal matter by a factor of 5 to 1. It bends the paths of galaxies, shapes the growth of cosmic webs, and makes its presence known only through gravity. If the Great Attractor is built of dark matter, then the force dragging entire galaxies across space isn't made of light, but of shadow. Think about that for a moment. The the strongest pull in our cosmic neighborhood may be coming from something that, by definition, is invisible, a ghost at the center of everything. Every second, the Milky Way edges closer to this hidden giant, and we're not alone. Our neighboring galaxies, Andromeda, Triangulum, even the countless dwarfs scattered around us, all feel the same invisible tug. Right now, our galaxy is moving at over 2 million kilometers per hour, straight towards something we cannot see. That's fast enough to circle the Earth 50 times in a single minute. No star, no planet, no cluster of galaxies can escape. Gravity doesn't ask, it simply pulls. And yet, for all that speed, we don't know what's waiting for us at the end of this journey. Is it a crowded metropolis of galaxies, billions of suns lighting up the dark? Or is it something stranger, something we can't even imagine? Imagine standing under the night sky, pointing out the Milky Way as it stretches overhead. Every star, every constellation you trace is being carried along in this river of motion. We are passengers, silent voyagers on a path we can't turn away from. And the strangest part, to us, the sky looks still, timeless, but hidden behind that illusion is a race. Galaxies rushing toward a fate none of us fully understand. One thing is certain, the Great Attractor isn't just a far-off curiosity, it's our future, and we are already on the way. The truth is, we don't know. It will take billions of years before the Milky Way reaches the Great Attractor. By then, Earth itself may be long gone, consumed by the swelling sun as it becomes a red giant. Whatever life remains will be unrecognizable to us, but astronomers have dared to imagine the possibilities. If the Great Attractor is a massive concentration of galaxies, our future may be a cosmic city, billions of suns crowding the night sky. Picture it, a night so full of starlight that the sky never truly goes dark. Galaxies colliding, merging, and igniting bursts of star formation on scales we can barely conceive. A universe alive with light, but what if it's something stranger? An immense sea of dark matter, bending space in ways we can't predict. A gravitational basin where galaxies fall inward but never escape. Or worse still, what if it's not a single structure at all, but a path leading into even deeper currents of the cosmos? Will galaxies smash together in violent mergers, creating superstructures that dwarf everything we know? Or will they simply vanish into the gravitational shadow, gone forever? Even our closest neighbor, Andromeda, will collide with the Milky Way long before we arrive, creating a new galaxy entirely. So by the time our descendants, if they still exist, approach the Great Attractor, they may do so aboard a galaxy we can't even recognize. It's a reminder of how small we are in the timeline of the universe. We can predict the path, we can measure the speed, but the ending, that remains hidden. The Great Attractor is shaping the destiny of our galaxy, and the universe never asked for our permission. As if the Great Attractor weren't enough, it may not even be our final destination, because further beyond, astronomers discovered something even larger, the Shapley supercluster. It contains more than 8,000 galaxies, stretching over 600 million light-years across. Its combined mass is staggering, more than 10 million billion times the mass of our Sun. Even the Great Attractor seems small when compared to this cosmic giant. Some scientists now believe the Great Attractor is only a waypoint, and that we're really being swept toward Shapley. Not just us, but countless galaxies, all flowing together in a vast gravitational current. Think about what that means. We like to imagine galaxies as independent, drifting across the void. But the reality is more like a river, currents of gravity shaping the flow of the cosmos, and we are just one tiny boat, carried along. Every star you've ever seen, every world that ever was, is moving together toward an unseen shore. And Shapley may not even be the end of it. The deeper we look, the more signs we find that the universe is connected on even grander scales. galaxy filaments, walls, and superstructures threading across the void. What we call empty space may in fact be a tangled web, pulling on us from directions we don't yet understand. It raises a bigger question. Are we heading towards some ultimate center? Or is the universe infinite, with no destination, just endless flows and collisions forever? The truth is we don't yet know. But what we do know is this: our galaxy is not standing still. It is part of a story far larger than itself. And so are we. The Great Attractor reminds us of something humbling. For all our telescopes, our equations, our daring explorations, there are still forces shaping our destiny that remain invisible. We are passengers on a ship, the Milky Way, sailing through an ocean of gravity we cannot control. And ahead of us, hidden in the dark, lies a destination we cannot yet see. What will we find there? A crowded city of galaxies, or a shadow swallowing the light? Maybe it will reveal itself as we learn to pierce the zone of avoidance. Maybe it won't. But either way, its pull is real. Stand outside on a clear night and look up. The stars appear timeless, unmoving. But in reality, the ground beneath you, the planet, the sun, the galaxy itself, all are being carried forward by this invisible current. We don't just live in the universe, we are moving with it. And that's the beauty of these mysteries. The universe doesn't just challenge us with questions, it makes us part of the story. If you've made it this far, thank you. Together, we've been chased by unseen forces, pulled through gravity, darkness, and wonder. And this was only one story, out of countless more waiting to be told. Subscribe and join the voyage, one enigma at a time, one discovery at a time, right here at Across the Cosmos. And if you'd like to keep traveling, there's another journey waiting on screen right now. Click it, and let's continue together.